fly over a gorgeous look at the Charlotte skyline. From Charlotte at the home of the Hornets, we're broadcasting from the Time Warner Cable Arena. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. In the booth, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Right now, the Hornets are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. Right now, they're way down in the conference.
Kevin, I have not been able to quite identify what the problem's been for this team. But obviously, neither have they, because they continue to struggle. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's been a dead end.
Well, effort is not the problem. I mean, that's been there for them all along, but I think they're not necessarily using everybody in the right way. It seems like some of the players aren't comfortable in the roles they're in. So there may be some adjustments to be made by this coaching staff to get this club going.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Brooklyn now, down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. Jaron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Powell kicks to Stevenson. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. And it comes off on defense, the Hornets. It's a three-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have, and once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
The Hornets, it's not very often you can say this about the future, is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you got to deal with, but right now the Hornets heading in a good direction.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Lionel Hollins. And Doris, what'd you find out?
I asked him what their focal point would be defensively, and he said that Al Jefferson is at the top of their scouting report. With his smooth, low-post repertoire and mid-range shooting touch, he can put up points in a hurry. He said they'll try to steer him to his left hand as much as possible and just hope for the best. Kevin will see if they can force him into a tough night.
All right, Doris. Powell kicks it out to Stevenson. 5 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Stevenson's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And here is Williams. He had 10 points in the win against Boston.
And he was so good defensively, anticipating every pass. He had a ton of steals in that game.
To the wing on the left. Here's Bogdanovich. Misses the 3.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
8 seconds of the shot.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, nobody near Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Hornets trail by 4. Powell kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Jefferson. Outside Jefferson. Nobody near Stevenson. And it's the Hornets another three.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Powell, who's guarded by Johnson. Powell dishes to Stevenson. Second chance shot, and Jefferson with the lay-in. Jefferson's got his second basket of the night.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Outside Williams, pass to Bogdanovich. Garnett with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Lopez passes to Johnson. Clock at 6. From 11 feet away, and Jefferson sends it back. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for him. Joe Johnson is also sometimes called ISO Joe because of his ability to produce buckets going one-on-one. There's nobody better in that situation in terms of creating the shot with ease and never shying away from the big moment.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted. And you talk about Johnson's ability to get his shot off. 6'7", huge frame for a two-guard. And with his ball handling ability, he can really create space for himself.
Here's Bogdanovich. An 11-point game for him in the win against Boston. The pass to Garnett. Takes a shot at the elbow. Good as the jump shot falls.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And Johnson's so smooth, Clark, but you know, Joe, his size and strength, sometimes it seems like he could do more to press the issue and draw a foul.
Well, you know, I'm not going to be overly critical. This guy is terrific as a one-on-one isolation player. He used to average over 5 free throws a game, but that number has declined. But that may be more a function of him maturing in his career and picking the spots to be aggressive and not wanting to draw contact.
Now here's Williams. Michael Kidd Gilchrist unable to get his shot to go. Johnson left side. Garnett the screen. Zeller grabs the board.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Powell inside. Lopez covering, and Johnson sends it back. And he gets it to go. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Boston Celtics.
And their energy level at the defensive end was fantastic in that game, guys. They made finding an open shot very difficult in half-court situations.
And I thought, Steve, they excelled in transition defense as well. The energy level you talked about was obvious in that part of the game, too.
Now here's Williams after the miss from Powell. Here's Lopez, and that misses everything. Here's Powell. He's guarded by Johnson. Jefferson kicks to Powell. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Stevenson against Williams. Here's Bogdanovich. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Williams, he's checked in for Al Jefferson. And then for Brooklyn, Plumlee comes in for Brook Lopez. And Kirilenko's subbed in for Kevin Garnett. Stevenson outside. Feeds it to Powell. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
That's his first personal
The Nets brought in a lot of talent before last season, and even though they had the big-name stars starting, they were actually a very deep team.
Guys, as you said, the Nets stars got a lot of the attention, but they would go to the bench often, and Steve, it would pay off for them.
Well, they were second in bench minutes played last year and also top 5 in points off the bench. So, this was a deep roster, and it really came through for them.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the Hornets. Jarrett Jack is checked in for the Nets. The game now all time. And that's now 9 points for Lance Stevenson.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him shot off.
Here's Bogdanovich. 5 points in the game. And that one's good. Bogdanovich has got 7 points in the game.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Now, here's Stevenson. 17 points in his last outing. The 11-footer, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, that's the goal every time down. Just find a high percentage shot.
Outside Williams. Williams with the block, and they'll keep possession for the three, and the Nets another three.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here's Henderson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. It's Williams with the drive, and Jack kicks to Bogdanovich. A three-pointer off the mark. Hornets trail by 3, and here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
It's been a solid outing for Stevenson. He's already up to 11 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
This is his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for Stevenson. And the Hornets making
Pick it up out there.
I could use some help.
Hornets leading by 9, and Brooklyn looking who they've got. Inside is Plumlee and Lopez. Jarrett Jack is out there with Johnson, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Now here's Williams. Williams gets a screen from Powell. Shot clock at 6, and Williams, here we go. Tries again. Shot's good by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 12.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, they're there for him game in, game out.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. The prodigy in their last time out against the Bulls made a big difference. He dropped in 17 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. His performance will be a high note in what has been a disappointing season for his team.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve his standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And we have some time now to show you which rookies have the greatest impact offensively over the course of the last month. Take a look at the prodigy, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And those numbers have started to set him apart offensively from most of the other rookies in the league.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a month for him, no doubt about that. I mean, let's see if he can continue to build on it, though.
And that one's good.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Nets trail by 11. And Jack, here we go. That's good. Jack's got 5 now.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Jarrett Jack, a versatile combo guard, can guard ones or twos. He's 6'3", but very strong, so he's able to defend shooting guards pretty well.
Here's Neal. Good D by Lopez. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Neal kicks to Kid Gilchrist. He dishes it to Powell. Here's Neal. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. For Charlotte, they have shot 6 or 7 at the line.
Yeah, they've just been an ordinary team in terms of free throw shooting this year, guys. About 75%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Hornets said to his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. That free throw, no good.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Good on. The second free throw. With the Nets, they did make strong role players out of guys that Steve didn't seem to be on anyone's radar.
Well, it gave them a lot of flexibility over the summer in terms of what they want.